This is Sky News with Isabel Webster.
Good afternoon. The boss of NHS Direct says he's seeking to withdraw from the contracts which provide the 111 non-emergency phone line. As the new Archbishop prepares to take up his new job, we'll speak to some of his former colleagues about the challenges ahead. Well, I've got some breaking news for you now relating to Bert Troutman. He has sadly died. Now, he is, of course, the former Man City goalkeeper. Well, Ashish Joshi is in the Cypriot capital for us this evening. Good evening to you, Ashish. Is there a real sense of hope that a deal could be close now? We have diminished our relationship with the United States, arguably. They will be questioning whether they can rely on us in the same way.
No, there will be. It's a very long relationship that with the United States, and we have very, very strong interests in common, and that's going to remain the same. What would be interesting is the lessons that Congress take from what the British Parliament did yesterday, and I think they will be asking very serious questions about whether the proposed military action that President Obama is proposing to take is actually going to achieve the objectives that he set for it. And those are the same questions that we were asking.
It's going to send a message, isn't it, to people using chemical weapons that it's not acceptable. And by not taking military action, the Prime Minister was arguing that we're giving dictators around the world the message that they can continue to use them with impunity. Do we want to be associated with that kind of policy?
No, that was why the Prime Minister came to the House of Commons and made that case yesterday.
Just in the few moments before you came to us then out of that report, somebody shouted through the doors here at Resus, and it's been all hands on deck, and literally in the last few moments running out the door. And that just gives you an indication of the kind of pressure staff are under here. They have to work extremely hard under difficult circumstances. We need to be careful about what we show. We haven't got consent to show the patient who's coming in, so we need to pan off it if we see somebody coming in. Dr. James Risley is just walking back. Have you got a moment to talk to us? We heard you just then in that clip talking about how you were concerned about what your children were learning in school, and you wanted to sort of tell the truth, the untold history that gives it its title. Were you worried at any point about how this might be received in some quarters in America, i.e. would it be received as un-American or anti-American?
America needs a fresh look at its history because we've been buying the nonsense for too long.
The people there were incredibly deserving, people who couldn't believe what was in their bags and that they were going to be able to eat and feed their families for weeks. And it wasn't, you know, elaborate things. It was just basics like value rice that they could live off for a long time. You know, long life milk, so they don't have to go and get fresh milk, which costs money. This story is making me laugh because, you know, the old adage, men are from Mars and women are from Venus.
Indeed, indeed.
Well, this is some research that's been carried out by the Relate counselling service.
Guidance.
So basically saying, yeah, it's right, men and women come to the table with completely different concerns, that men in particular want to find out the best way to improve their sex lives, whilst women want to try and work out what's going wrong in their relationship. And there's
so when they
quote
come to the table to broker and say what's wrong with us, with men it's all physical and with women it's mental.
Yeah, absolutely. The men are quoted here as having the driving forces often how to get more sex. If I can just drag you back to the specific issue of the badger cull, I know there are lots of wider issues that we can discuss, but obviously bovine TB is a very serious issue for people who are raising cattle for the cattle farming industry. It's costing taxpayers £100 million a year to try and contain the problem in testing, in going to visit these farms and compensating farmers for those livestock that they have to tragically kill as a result of the bovine TB.